If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash. I put my money in a strong position. They try to tell me I can't win, it's just a stupid superstition. Cause when I focus, you will notice that I'm winning. We demolish every bookie, there ain't no competition. Now listen, I would never give you shitty picks and do you wrong. Come and join the Discord, tell these bets and hit the bone. Cooking up a parlay super under center song. We be really winning, this ain't just to make another song. So if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we coming in and we taking all the money.
Just cash.
They can't do nothing to stop us.
Just cash.
Hey, fuck these bookies, man.
Just cash.
They wanna limit me cause I win. Label me the enemy cause all I do is win. Just give us a try, this is where it all begins. I'm not gonna lie, all I know how to do is just win. If you love making money and wanna win,
Just
they wanna
cash.
limit me cause I win.
Just cash.
If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash. Just cash.
Just cash.
love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash. Love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash.
Hey, hold up.
Just cash.
Yo, what's good, everyone?
What's up?
Welcome.
Biggie! How you doing, bro?
Oh, doing fantastic, man. Coming off of another solid day. Kept it pretty light yesterday, but oh man, was that 4-0 on the video plays?
4-0, baby. Up 4.5 units in week one. Can't be pissed at all.
No, not here. Yeah, man. Spectacular week one. Ended on pretty high notes. Tucker DeVries, absolutely free square. And as you mentioned, 4.5 units on week one. Not bad, but we're on week two, and you already know what time it is. It's just cash. Hit that like button down below if you want anything with us, or if you just want to help support the channel. Don't forget to turn those noties on, and if you're not subscribed already, hit that button. Also, most important thing is going to be a part of the Discord community where the overnight leans and early access is going to be. So check it out. Got that in the description. Still running the 7-day free trial for anybody that's new, and you come check it out, say what's up, and hopefully win some cash. So, we got a big slate today. This is Poppin' Little Tuesday.
Yeah, bro. Finally, all right. We're getting into the busy days and the good games. You know, we sifted through the blowouts in the first half, made sure we didn't do too many of those, and it worked out well. Now we just need to find even the top plays of the top plays today, and I think we found some good ones.
Yeah, I think so as well, man. Shout out to Big Coach. He also helped cook this up for us. And hey, any of you veterans out there, appreciate your service. Thank you very much. And now I'm not the best at speeches like that, but it is Veterans Day. It's Veterans Day, right?
Yes, sir. That's why some people are off work and some people are out of school, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. So it's good. Honestly, love to see it. Definitely needed a day of dedication for that. But we are still going to grind a little bit on the basketball. So let's go ahead and just kind of jump right into it. We do have a 30-minute earlier lock time today. So this first game, or the Michigan game at least that we have exposure to, it does kick off at 6:30 Eastern. So just be aware of that. Thankfully, we're not waiting around too long for our plays tonight. I don't think we have really any exposure to the late games. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Mikael Brown. We locked in this sweet 23.5 PRA. He is actually up to 25.5 PRA on most sites. So if you did miss that, shop around. Maybe you get the 23.5 somewhere. But I will say Prizepicks did not adjust his fantasy. They bumped his PRA twice, but left the fantasy at 27.5. So could consider that as well if you missed the original line. But this guy, man, looked spectacular for Louisville. Only 2 games so far this season, and both of them were not competitive at all. So we really haven't seen them have to push their starters yet. But love the usage rating, 23% the first game and 32% this last game. I think for me, honestly, one of the biggest appeals is just the RA upside. We've seen that be very consistent for him so far. Maybe we're not looking at 9 assists again, but somewhere here in this double-digit RA range, I think it's totally doable for him. And then we got another mixed bag shooter getting to the line, taking shots from the field, and also from 3. But the biggest thing here is going to be just, again, with the minutes. We haven't seen Coach really push the starters up to 30, and this game is expected to be a competitive one. So let's take a look at that here real fast. If I can spell right. We got a 6.5-point spread in favor of Louisville and a 174.5 total. Man, I'm never mad at 170 plus totals. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, bro.
And
We know Kentucky's going to run.
yeah, both of these teams like to run and gun. Fairly smaller lineups on both sides here. Defense, I mean, I know defense metrics may look a little bit nicer early on for both of these teams, but they didn't really play any, opposing schools yet. So this will be their first real game of the season, in my books. But love the exposure to our starting point guard here. I mean, honestly, I'm super excited to see what 30 minutes look like, and felt like his lines were a touch low, and obviously the bookies agree with the adjustments now. But somewhere in the 12, 13 field goal attempt range, a few free throws, and then just keep the RA humming, man. I think this guy, I might, if we could find him for a double-double on the books, I might even get a wild hair at my butt and, throw a little something up that. But I like the assist upside, and he was also at 3.5 assists yesterday. So I believe he got adjusted to 4.5.
That was Anderson, I think.
Oh, was it Anderson? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, both these guys kind of, fill the same role here. Massive RA getters, and then we do wheel some upside of scoring. But I like him, man. This is one of the freshmen that we have in this stacked class so far this season, and he's looked great. The only thing that would be kind of a nuance is if Javon Hadley ends up playing today, but he did get ruled out with concussion from this last game. So, even if he comes back, he shouldn't cut into any of his usage. They'll probably just play down a little bit smaller with the triple guard set again and kick out. I think Conwell ends up going to the bench, if I'm not mistaken. He's definitely losing out on minutes, though. So we'll see what the starters look like for this. But I think Mikal, honestly, still going to play his minutes, get his. And he's been leading the team in the minutes as well in the games that they played so far. But dude looked like a beast in preseason too. So I'm hoping we see a little bit more of that here, and coach just turns him loose.
Yeah, I was looking at I know we looked at the exhibition game together yesterday. The one thing that he did do, and it was against Kansas, so we know he can play in games with competitive teams, but he was 2 for 15 from the field. Remember that in the exhibition game? So hopefully, he can hit a couple more for us. That's all we're going to need. All we need is, give us that 15 shots again, and we're in there easy.
Yeah, honestly, man. And for this matchup, I don't think there's too much to be concerned about as far as, who's going to guard him. Lau is a reasonable defender, but, OA, not so much at all. So pick and roll action should be very live between them two. And then the front court also for Kentucky is looking a little light right now too. So that pick and roll game, like I said, the assist upside for this dude might be massive today. Something we haven't seen yet.
Let's go. I'm excited. I am excited. Good play, I think.
I think so.
Ayo's
All right, moving
here.
on.
Ayo's here. He says, you guys are my brothers.
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, bro?
And Martez Denny here, new name. What's up, bro? He says, do you like Princeton Moneyline? But I'll let you get to the prop if you want, or you can touch on that too if you want. Pause.
If you got a good beat on that, both of these are lower mid-tier teams. So, nothing we've really gotten props for, so I can't speak on that. College basketball kind of rule of thumb is a lot of time the home teams, massive home crowd favorites. I get it for, at least the lines that they're giving us today. This is a little bit more of a tolerable one. Because, as you can see here, it's just kind of like basically from the unplayable range to some of these really should be closer to like a pick 'em than 6.5, 5.5, whatever. But yeah, I can get behind it, man. All right, well, let's keep it rolling. And if you guys, again, I know we're gonna say it a few times here, but it's just we're getting back into the swing of things. Make sure and hit that like button down below. We appreciate y'all, everyone, helping us grow the channel. Couldn't be doing this without y'all.
It is true.
All right, moving on. We're going to the Texas Techies, traveling out to Illinois. The total for this game is pretty juicy, 167.5, and spread looks like it moved down to 3.5 from 4.5. Slight favorites for the home team here, but we got a couple injury news for said home team. Their big center Thomas Love, he's going to be out for this game. We got little twin broski. I'm not even going to pronounce that first name, but another tall guy. He's 7'2", so he's a big boy. Not really losing out on much on that end, but he's definitely got a tall task today, taking on JT Toppin on the other side. Looking at the early season defensive metrics, both of these teams really, really solid inside the paint. They are allowing a fair amount of rebounds for obvious reason. I mean, you got Toppin, who's a massive shooter, and then Illinois, notorious for shooting on the inside. So I think that's going to be an interesting matchup between these two bigs. I mean, if I had to tip my hat, it's probably going to be to Toppin for just a little bit more experience, but it's going to be interesting to say the least. But we got a big Christian Anderson. It's going to be our play here today. He is 21 PRA flat, or was on Dabble earlier. So if you guys can find the 21.5, that one I would, consider 22.5. If you want to play the full bump, then, that's on you. But man, this guy's got some crazy assist upside, and I couldn't believe he was at 3.5 assists yesterday. I mean, that was definitely a head scratcher. But usage rating, kind of where we're looking for. We saw it really big in the first game. Now, granted, this was without Toppin, but with Toppin back this other game, they ended up kind of just feeding him the entire game. Toppin had a 40% usage rating, so he just kind of flatlined everybody on the team. Nobody really had above a 20 or 21% usage rating. Excuse me. But, the point guard, man, these two going to be asked to do a lot today. I think even with him, one major thing that I absolutely loved about him is you can see this was a 38-point blowout, and bro still played 37 minutes. So dude is a minutes monster. Very, very reminiscent of DeVries that we played over the weekend, but 35, 37 minutes. I mean, dude can easily go out and play all 40 minutes of the game, damn near, if coach will let him. So being a close spread, I love this. We're paying, mostly for the minutes here. The production, I think the RA is definitely going to be there. The field goal attempts, could be a little bit better than what we saw this last game. Only 8 attempts kind of is, a little mopey, especially from 23. That's kind of crazy. But something to also keep in the old back of the noodle for future reference. If Toppin is going to be out, this is going to be our guy to soak up a lot of usage. So just keep that in the old brainer. But I like him, man. Honestly, like I said, the RA upside is definitely going to be there. Multiple trips to the free throw line for a guard, which is pretty impressive, for one thing. But the minutes, man. The minutes. That's something we love. College basketball is the minutes.
Yes, sir. Love it. And the 3.5 assists was very silly, and it was on Dabble also today even. I just look right now to see if I could say, hey, if you want to play 3.5 assists, it's on Dabble still. But guess what? It's gone. Disappeared. Not even 4.5. Not even on the board. So the 3.5 probably got snatched up by a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. No, somebody definitely saw this first game and was like, what the hell?
Yeah, we'll see. Better matchup. I mean, worse matchup for him, so it is going to be more difficult trying to figure out why the heck the bookies have it at 3.5, but I got to take a shot at that little one at least, just to make sure. Seems too good to be true, but beginning of the season, bookies fucking up still. We'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, and especially on these guys, either the freshmen or the players who are, brand new team, brand new, role with a new team, X, Y, and Z. So there's gonna be a lot of discrepancies, and something for us that we've been kind of picking our battles with. Toppin, for example, today, he opened at 18.5 points for like just a brief window, and then he shot all the way up to 20.5 points, and then now books have him at 19.5. So you can definitely find some, a little bit of wiggle room in there, and Oh, that's right. That was our thing yesterday. Kind of kicking ourselves not for officially posting Hubbard, but if you guys are in the Discord, shout out to Big Coach. He posted a 2-pick with him, and the bookies, man, they were just slacking with that, moving him all the way from 19.5 points, taking him down to 17.5 points, and then Epps got ruled out right before the game started too. So just those are the plays that we're really trying to narrow in on, the real solid value plays, something that a player is going to get locked into a role for. So that was nice. Shout out to Big Coach for that yesterday.
Yeah, man. It's happened a few times now. College, they don't move the lines as fast as NBA, obviously, because there's less people out there playing it. So you can get a good value play in, and that's the best way, I think, man. Just be patient. I've learned lately, even more than ever this season, watching people play everything, and I'm just sitting back, just chilling, and putting more money on the plays I like instead of spreading out and making 10 plays or 12, 20 plays a day. Just kick back and make my favorite 5. It's been working.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong at all. Got to pick your battles.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. And then moving on to our last play, we got Big Yaxel. I'm not going to pronounce the last name, but it's Yaxel. Everyone calls him Yaxel. Open at 25.5 PRA. Is he still at 25.5 on Dabble?
He is now 26 flat, I just saw. But yeah, it's still a great price.
Yeah, the 26.5, not that bad if you want to play a bump. I think he's all the way up to 27.5 on Prizepicks and Underdog. So personally, I'm good on that, at least until we confirm that he is in fact starting. He was dealing with a small hand injury that I guess he picked up in the preseason, but coach ended up pulling him off the bench, or putting him on the bench, and he played basically the same amount of minutes as all a starter. I think he checked in the game in like 2 or 3 minutes into it, so it was a super early sub as well. Do want to confirm again that he is in fact starting, but this is going to be, for him, this is way too low of a line. I mean, we're talking about Broski, who was 33, 36 PRA, just an absolute monster to close out the season last year. He does it all, outside of the obvious massive field goal attempts that he can have. He's an RA monster. I mean, we saw the end of the season was just unreal how many rebounds this guy was getting, but also the assists too. I think baseline for him on a bad day, probably 3 assists, which we saw in the first game. Super limited minutes, only 22 minutes, but still 7 RA. Man, his lines are just unbelievably low. So we are taking a slight little teensy shot in the dark, that no shenanigans happen, no massive blowouts or anything like that. But everyone was saying that he is looking like he's 100%. And now this game, they're going to have to push the starters just a little bit more in this competitive environment. So, I mean, hey, even give me 20, 27, 28 minutes tonight, and this guy's going to smash this prop.
Yeah. When you said it's 14.5 on hot streak, 25.5 PRA last night, we were in our chat trying to figure out what plays we were liking tomorrow, and me and coach said, what, 25.5? That's crazy, bro. That should be 29.5 at least. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, right there with you. And if he ends up exceeding this line, I would not be surprised if they really adjust him for the next slate, like really, really bump him.
Yeah, man. It sucks. It's harder finding these props, obviously, than NBA. That's the one scary part. But there's something to say about going on Easter egg hunt, too, for plays. And it's kind of fun to try to find stuff. Because sometimes, like I couldn't even play those plays straight up. I still can't right now. I can't even find either any of those guys on Fliff or on Onyx or on Bovada. Like, you got to have the books you have to be able to play those single plays right now. It's kind of shit, but we do what we can.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, what makes value out there too. Just got to find it.
No, I agree 100%. And, it's just one of those, like today, for example, where we just have a massive board, and you feel like, oh man, there's so many different plays and so many X, Y, and Z. For me personally, there's a lot of my favorite players, like Ladji Jones here, for example. Maybe on a personal level, I really want to play them, but if we were to step back and look, Florida's 16.5-point favorites. They're on the road, X, Y, and Z, and all those small little factors kind of start piecing together. Maybe it's not the play. So you really got to kind of run that through your head too, because you got these especially star players that people are like, DeBonsta, his lines are so low. He went off this game and this game. It's like, well, that was a competitive game, and he was at home, and it was a season opener. And then, they go on the road and they blow him out by 40, and the dude plays like 25 minutes, and you're just sitting there like, that's just coming fairly short.
That's the thing, though. Like, that's why this is so much more fun, because you can find the value like that. And, a lot of times it seems like, at least, they're on it more than they're on MPB, for example, or like Australian basketball, Japanese baseball. They're they're on it a little more than that. It's kind of in between that and the big sports. So they give you value, man. That's what makes it, to me, that's what makes it fun. We're trying to find stuff. Instead of NBA, it's all the same stuff. We already know the same players, the same lines, pretty much. The matchups are different, but it's basically you're just playing for who's not playing in the game. Watch the injury report and find the value. That's like the only way in NBA, pretty much. I mean, bookies are gonna have the lines exactly right already. And Glowboy says, right on cue. And what's up, bro? He says, are you even doing NBA?
No, we don't cover NBA full time right now. We're mostly just college basketball stuff, but we do have a lot of people in our Discord that chop it up on the daily. So if you guys ever want to hop in there, by all means, 7-day free trial. Just come in, fire up some questions. Love to see a good community cook up too, and let's just kind of take it from there. But yeah, as a main sport right now, it's just unbelievable. One, it's unbelievably saturated, trying to find consistent people that actually follow. There's everybody and their mom covers NBA right now. Same thing for football, but NBA specifically. So a little bit harder to kind of make waves there. And then, on the reverse of that, we got, just taking a look at the comparable differences. The highest played player is 12K, 1210 and 8K, and then you come over here to basketball and it's like 70, 81, 60K. Like this is a massive difference as far as like, just eyes on the sport and people betting on it. So for us, WNBA has been our thing because it's a side sport that a lot of people weren't covering, and then college basketball, kind of the same thing here, just a little unscratched value that we're trying to scratch.
What's crazy? As you said that, I was thinking college is even smaller than WNBA now. WNBA blew up with Caitlin and the whole last year. There was a lot of eyes on it, and that could have been part of the reason why it was harder to find value last year. So
yeah, no, 100%.
Well, here we go. So this is even less. It seems, the bookies aren't on it like they are with WNBA. We're gonna be able to find some really fun plays. It reminds me of how you used to say, because you were in WNBA before me, and I came in probably a year later, and you were like, bro, the way that it was before when they wouldn't move plays and like they just had shit all kind of wrong. You could find all that value. College basketball is not that easy, but it's easier. So, makes it. I mean, people say, I don't like watching college basketball, but yeah, but really when you start watching, you realize it's actually a lot more fun. So
they just play, they play less games, so the games are way more meaningful. And for some of these guys, they're basically just trying to get signed onto a contract, whether that be with a new school or moving on to the NBA. So it's the level of care and effort and try hard is way different.
Yeah. If you're trying for your career, bro, you're trying to get to your level, the next level, you're trying to get there. That's your lifelong goal. Like, how hard are you playing out there on the court? Whereas NBA, they sign a big contract most of the time. They're whatever, this is as far as I'm going to get. Even players past their prime, they're out there just going through the motions, and we're supposed to find that entertaining. I mean, cool. It is. They're still amazing, but this is just a different level of fun to me, excitement. So I'm stoked. Let's go.
Oh, for sure, man. Got a few. Okay, so that's our main plays, the official plays that we did post last night, but had a few lean plays, at least stuff to just kind of put on the radar here for you guys. One of them being from Wake Forest. We got Juke Harris, his 20.5 PRA. Feels a touch low. The assist could be a bit better, but still pretty solid for at least one per game. Love the rebounding upside. And I love his usage, man. Again, can't harp on the usage and the minutes. So first two games, 28, 31 minutes. This first game, he should have played even more. He should have been well over 30. I was looking into the play-by-plays or the games for this, but he ended up getting his second foul in the first half. So coach sat him for the final 5. It was like 5.5 minutes or something. So he definitely should have played way more, and that game was actually closer. But second game, had a very normal outing. 15 field goal attempts is pretty damn impressive, I will say. Maybe even he was going to be closer to 12, 13 maybe, 11, 12 in that first game if he didn't lose out on minutes. But mixed bag shooter, 3 from the field and from the free throw line. So love to see that. And then we know, obviously, we're taking Yaxel on the other side, but Michigan front court pretty solid overall. So I'm thinking Yaxel and Spiller are going to go at it, and then we got Mara, and more than likely I think they go with Blue instead of Schweiger, whoever this guy is. He has not started yet, but Juke, man, going up against Roddy Gale and Burnett, neither one of these guys scary defenders at all. Somebody's got to help score from the outside. That's the only weakness right now that Michigan really has is from 3. So I do like the potential volume that we saw from him. And then, again, just the minutes being a huge thing for him. So just something to put on the radar for you guys.
Dope. And his name's Juke.
Yep. Juke and jiving, baby.
We like that. And I just noticed I got a notification. Bruce Thornton's all the way to 20.5. And John Mobley's 17.5. This is craziness.
Yeah, they're bumping them again from that first game. I actually had Bruce's fantasy at the 32.5, but it looks like they just bumped that up too. So, I mean, hey, he might get there. It's a solid matchup, specifically more, I think, for Mobley himself, but 17.5 points, I can't play that. Dude's literally just 13.5 points last game.
Yeah. It's crazy how much they bump too. The stuff's been bumping like insane. Like today was the craziest I've ever seen. So many, multiple players, for real, multiple players bumping like 2 points from like 13.5 to 15.5 type shit. And then even the fantasy, like I was looking at Yaxel's fantasy, and I know coach was like, it's 31.05 or something like that on Underdog. I went to go play it a couple hours later, 34.5 or something now.
Yeah, bro, they're not messing around about moving his lines and stuff around today. And again, I can't even imagine what the bumps are going to look like if he gets over his props today. Next slate's going to be crazy.
Like I was telling you guys, I hope he gets 26 PRA. I hope people miss on his 26.5. Sorry, whoever did that. And 27.5. Sorry, guys. Oh, well. Then he'll be lower next time. That's what I want. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Or just get over. As long as he stays under.
He can get 28 for you guys. He can get 28. That'll be fine. Why are you looking at your headphones like that?
I hit the mute button on the back of it, so I was like, oh, did I mess something up?
Like these are broken?
No, we're good. Yeah, just stay under 30 PRA. Stay right there around that marker, and we'll be good. All right, well, let's keep it trucking. Again, if you guys got any questions or anything, throw them in the chat, and we'll get to them. But next up, we've got Javon Bennett. Oh, I turned the EQ off on something here, and I'm about to go crazy.
What's it sounding like? What's it sounding like?
It sounds like I'm in a hallway right now.
Oh, damn, that's not fun.
Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that afterwards, but that's okay. All right, Javon Bennett, we got a nice little clash against Dayton and Cincinnati. This game's actually going to be a close projected one, so definitely consideration here. But Bennett, another player, just paying for the minutes, and still has a solid baseline for usage rating overall. Double-digit field goal attempts, your typical free throw mixed bag shooter. I would like to see the threes come up a little bit more, but this guy was pretty consistent last year. I mean, you can see he averaged 11, 2, and 2, so not too far off. Still played an unhinged amount of minutes. And they had a few other star players that he kind of had to play behind last year. But minutes look great this year. I love seeing the double-digit field goal attempts. Would like for that to continue. And this the playmaking for him, too, I think should come up a little bit more. Having 2 assists that first game is kind of crazy, but they also did win by 40, so there's that, too. But 20.5 PRA also for this guy just feels a touch kind of right there on the money. Especially considering I believe his points are 14.5, 15.5, 15.5. Yeah. So needing 5 RA, I think it's worth rolling dice here for a point guard.
Okay. I still haven't got to look at him closely. Pause.
Ooh, don't get too close now.
Yeah, I know.
All right, and then let me talk to you. Let me talk to you for a minute.
Talk me into something. Talk us into something.
Big Lajai Jones, man. How about this dude? Interesting player. I was a huge fan of him last year. Now, obviously, his minutes were a little bit more sustainable. Like, the dude was playing damn near the entire game. I mean, you can see all these 40s and stuff in here. So the guy absolutely can play if coaches will just turn him loose. He did struggle with a little bit of foul trouble in the first 2 games. I know this game he picked up a few in the first half and then just really came alive in the second half. And then this last game was pretty well under control. And then they ended up, obviously, both of these games were massive blowouts. So coach hasn't had to push him to a minutes limit or anything like that. But today will definitely be a potential one. Again, I believe it's a 17.5 point spread. So that's the only kind of thing. Well, 16.5 now. But, the total went up again. It's at 180.5. That's insane. Wow. But we got a Florida rivalry, so love to see these rivalry games. These are usually more competitive than not. But Florida State traveling out to Florida, and man, as long as this dude can keep his hands to himself, I mean, he's just been an absolute rock star. And you see last year, obviously the scoring took a step forward, but the other metrics look pretty well the same. I mean, he averaged 5.8 rebounds, and the assists were there. He's very much so a stock getter too. I didn't really see any appealing fantasy line for him, but I'm kind of surprised they bumped him down to 18.5 PRA and 12.5 points because bro is super efficient at shooting the ball, and he can hit some threes too. So you'd love to see a center with some space.
And who are they playing against again?
Florida State against Miami. Or against Florida.
Oh.
No. Gators.
Florida. Okay, so it's a tough game for them. This is the only worry for me. Because I see those 2 games you showed. Those are like poo-poo schools. He busted down,
Mm-hmm.
My only scare.
But again.
But yeah, the line's low. The line's low.
With him, he's going up against either Haig or Condon. Condon can be a little bit more scary if he sees more action there, but Haig, not too terribly worried about that. But my only concern with him is literally just the minutes. The closer this guy gets to 30, he's such a free square. I played him a ton at the end of the season here. But at least, 18.5 PRA, dog, that's super low. I mean, bro's busted over that in just points in the first 2 games. So at least got to be on the radar.
Right. See what happens. Let's see. It's the show me week.
Yeah. Now, I know you remember Big Shrewsbury from last year. He's still with his daddy.
Oh, how nice.
Still hanging out there. So, I mean, the team's no different from last year. It's just him and Burton. I mean, that's literally the entire team. So, moved back into the starting lineup. He was one of our he was a wagon for a minute. I remember we played him like 4 slates in a row, and then there was one time he missed, and we just kind of, fell off of that. But dude was a wagon.
Where did that come from, wagon?
From the olden days. On the wagon and ride the trail.
He's a wagon.
Not too excited about seeing this field goal volume. Actually, let's go ahead and take that one off. He's gonna annoy me. You
just liked his name.
He's consistent, man. I mean, he was great for us last year, but I don't like seeing that field goal volume. He definitely needs to get out of that little whatever the hell is going on. All right, let's keep it going. We got another competitive matchup. It's Temple, and I don't even remember what this other team's name is. LaSalle. 147 total, 6.5 point spread. So we got a competitive one here. But our guy, Marshall here, I wanted to bring that up. Looked pretty good, gotta say. I do love the usage rating for this guy. So that was the thing that stood out the most. Obviously, they're playing against some other Dookie schools, being a Dookie school, but dude's got some field goal volume. I love seeing that 15 in a more competitive game. First game kind of tapered off a little bit, and he played almost 10 less minutes, but usage rating exactly the same. The RA very much so there. I could easily pencil him down for 7 RA to begin with, but get to the free throw line a bunch, mixed bag shooter, and just overall volume looked really good. There was only one player in the first game who got really hot and had more of a usage rating than him, but absolutely came back down to earth the second game, so it kind of leveled out there, and we saw him go back into that starter role that he's playing. 22 PRA felt just kind of a touch low for this competitive game. Again, they're mid-level schools, so kind of take for that what you will. But 22 PRA, I can mess with that. All right. And then the last one, this one, I got to say, was borderline official, but the spread and the lower total is the only thing kind of hitting a little bit of a pause button for us. But Mikey Lewis, way too low, man. Way too low on IMO here. This dude's got some stuff. Okay, so we know our marquee target is any player that's over a 30% usage. We saw that in both first two games, 35, 32% usage, double-digit field goal attempts, mega mixed bag shooter. He's actually very efficient from three, taking a nice step forward from last year, which we saw a lot of that from him. He was a little bit more of a dominant three-point shooter, but been very efficient so far this season, getting to the line. I mean, you see 100% from the free throw line. Not mad at that. Dude actually works on his free throws. And overall volume, though, man, 23 and 28 real points. The fact that he's just at 23.5 PRA, I don't think they're really giving him any credit for the potential RA. And, maybe he has kind of more of a meteor game, puts up 17, 18 points. You get this 5-6 RA again, this is going to be easy kind of walkover. But love the minutes, love the usage. Also another team we haven't seen play in a real competitive game. So this would be kind of a first test for them. And, man, I like him. And he's, again, another one of the young bucks here. He's a sophomore technically, but last year didn't really get his shine, didn't start, nothing like that. But this year, coach turning him loose, and I like what I see. So 23.5 PRA is a little too low.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Yeah, man. I think that's about all we got right now, though. Do we have any more questions or comments? I know everyone's just kind of learning right now, and as we are too.
Sure. It's fun though. We know half the players we know from last year, so we got to learn the other half. But man, we got the exhibition games bookies aren't looking at. We got some good tools at our side, right? We got a couple good stat sites to check out stuff, and we can be ahead of them, man. We can be ahead of them. I just feel it. It's right there.
Oh man, 100%. I mean, it's last year we had a little bit of a slower start, and then we hit our stride. But I mean, this year we were just coming in hot with it. So make sure you guys lock in with us. Don't miss out on these early values. And I wanted to look real fast just before we hopped off, just for shits and giggles, what our guy was looking like preseason. All right, so Mikey Lewis, one game, he went 4-14, 14 field goal attempts is pretty insane. Had 3 assists, 3 rebounds. I like that. And then the other game, oh my God, it took me to their website. What the hell is this? The other game, he had 12 field goal attempts and ended with 26 PRA. Okay. I'm not mad at that either. That's not bad. Well, you heard it here first. Especially with this being the late night game, wouldn't be surprised to see value kind of creep up later on in the evening. So keep that in mind. Prizepicks will start adjusting stuff right before the 7 Eastern games start. So make sure you lock in here within the next hour. Otherwise, the second half of the slate's going to get bumped.
I'm excited. First game's in 45 minutes. 45 minutes.
Yes, sir. Well, on that note, we're going to skedaddle, get on out of here. We appreciate you guys as always. Again, thank you, veterans. We appreciate your service, your time, and dedication. Y'all have a wonderful off day. We'll catch you guys in the Discord. Make sure you don't miss out. 7-day free trial. Good luck tonight, fam. We'll catch y'all back here tomorrow. Peace.